Excellent job. I love that you opened giving us a little bit of perspective on Song of Songs, because that's critical. Because, I mean, in our world it works, but you get out there, people have, is this a marriage sermon? Is this a Jesus in the church sermon? Is this a weird sermon? Where is it? So I love that you did some overview. This is actually kind of funny to me. Y'all may or may not appreciate this. A friend of mine was preaching in the Stand conference thing they did this year. And he's nowhere near Song of Songs. He's on Build a House of Prayer or something. And I laugh about this because he's black. And he's just going, and then he's totally in prayer, nowhere near Song of Songs, and he goes, because we're all dark but lovely, goes right into prayer. And I'm going, I don't think that landed the way you think it did. Like, I think some people were in hair care products or something, but not probably in, anyway. So, and the only reason I said it is because I was telling Stuart about it. We had a huge laugh, and he said, you should bring that up in preaching class, because I thought it was so funny. Because I'm like, bro, you got to give a little bit of context what you're talking about, because you got people never been to IHOP, and they're like, I guess we are dark but lovely. Oh my God, we are dark but lovely. Bless God. All right, but you had great content, and you framed it, and you put it in context, so that's beautiful. I really like the fact that you gave reasons why we're beautiful to God. That's huge, because anything that's generic is not real. Kind of, if I tell my wife, oh, I love you. Why? Well, I just love you. Why? I just love you. Like, it's not real, but when you use specifics, it becomes real. And so the specifics you gave give me confidence to think that I really am lovely, and it also gives me the right perspective on why I'm lovely. And so I love the fact that you broke it down that way. I love the fact that you landed a Song of Songs message in the Gospels by the end. That really helps a lot of people who kind of are afraid we're in Never Never Land because we're in Song of Songs, but then when we go, this is actually what Jesus was talking about, that lands it. And I love the fact that you were doing the balance, not too dark, not too lovely, however you said it. My only adjustments is I would bring the mic up about 1.5 inches. It was close, but I'd bring it just a little bit closer. And I would move around a little bit more. It's just my preference.
Good job. I liked it. I loved how you tied in dark but lovely with poverty of spirit, the Sermon on the Mount. Even as you had kind of given that example, I don't know if even that was your goal, but you brought in how living in this rightly and walking in the truth is poverty of spirit too, and trusting on the Lord. And so I love that. I loved your points, the 4 points, and just even you saying it, communicating like, I hope here remember these. That teaching thing that you gave it. We kind of like perk up and go, okay, yeah, what are you about to say? Because I want to know why I'm beautiful to God. And you gave specifics on that. I would love for you to make it a little more personal. I loved how you had kind of gone, I grew up and thought I was all that in a bag of chips, and then I get here, and I love that. I would love another line or two on that, meaning, what then did the Lord do in that passage? But you did great in terms of bringing in your storyline. And then I really appreciated your call to trust the Lord, in his perfect leadership. And it was refreshing. I've never heard it like this, and I really enjoyed it, and you did a great job. So, good job.